Welcome to episode 6. Here we are, guys, in Silver's space. Now, I want to welcome you in with open arms, okay? So, come on in, be good, get comfortable, get your favorite snack, whatever that is, okay? And I want you to be cool, be smart, be collected. And with that being said, we might be able to have a logical Dallas Cowboys conversation. See these guys right here? We could be able to talk about them. Only if you bring some kind of intelligence to the table. Now, with that being said, I want to get the producer over here that wants to chew out my eardrum to go ahead and hit the beat so we can get this show started. See you on the other side. Welcome to the show. It's time to make some noise. Come out here and experience the truth with your boy. Now take a seat and pull out your pencil because Silver Cowboy about to make you suspenseful. Good afternoon. Wherever you may be, however you may be, wherever you may be listening, watching, tuning in to the podcast, the program, whatever you want to call it. Thank you. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Okay. Today we're going to talk some Dallas Cowboys. What other better team or sport are they to talk about? All right, guys. Top 5 things right now. Okay, that's the theme today. We're going to talk about the top 5 things in the Dallas Cowboys week. You know, and the rundown is kind of going to look like this, okay? The Dallas Cowboys did actually sign a new player this week. And our coaches are very excited over him. Like, they were so excited to the extent that they made multiple attempts to contact this free agent player throughout the week. And then Dak Prescott, right? Does he really have a chance to play for the MVP award this season? Is he really that guy? Is Dak Prescott going to be the MVP for 2023? Even though he led the league in turnovers last year and has it in his blood, or DNA as they call it. And on top of that, okay, a little bit of a lighter subject here, but it's a fun one. Multiple Dallas Cowboy players is on the best of type of list. And that best of type of list is for the NFL players under the age of 25. We have multiple players, like 3, maybe more, on that list. You want to guess who? Well, I am here to tell you in a matter of minutes, okay? And now, from the good news, we got to switch over to some bad news, because we got Joy Taylor running her mouth on FS1, and I gotta do something about that, okay? She's saying Dak Prescott isn't talented enough. Not talented enough? Yeah. And lastly, way off subject here, I know this might be in left field, but is ESPN Indy? Is the world caving in on them right now? With so many firings of so many personalities that made the worldwide leader in sports the worldwide leader in sports. Are they gone? And is ESPN down the drain with it? From the top. All right, the Dallas Cowboys signed a new kicker this week in free agency, and our head coaches seem to be going loony about it. Well, not head coach, assistant coaches seem to be going loony about it. which I don't know, I guess, but it don't sound like we signed Robbie Gold, respect and all being thrown out there to the new guy. They are, I don't know, man, acting like we just signed the best kicker in free agency, which there's quite a few, We got Robbie Gold out there, like I just mentioned, Mason Crosby, Ryan Bullock, I think his name is, or Suckup, Ryan Suckup, yeah, just to name a few. So the Dallas Cowboys want to go and sign Brandon Aubrey. I know you've never heard of him. Hell, I've never heard of him. And until this week, okay? He is supposed to be brought in for competition against the kicker we drafted, Viz Keano, I think that's how you say his name. Anyway, the Cowboys seem to think they found their guy, okay? And the assistant coaches, like our special teams coach in particular, Bones is going crazy over him. And he actually has another coach, I think, he comes from the USFL, right? And he has another coach on the USFL team, I think, that played for the Dallas Cowboys at one point. Chris Bonio, I want to say. Hopefully I'm saying that name right. Anyway, he loves him, okay? And we all know Bonio was a good kicker for the Cowboys in the 90s, right? And okay. Hold on, I'm trying to plug in my computer here. Sorry, guys. And anyway, our special teams coordinator is in love with this guy. He can make long distance field goals. He can make short distance field goals. He practically, he's a oversized kicker, really, to be honest. 6'3", 200-ish pounds for a kicker. Now that I think we've all seen the kickers these days, and they're getting more freakishly athletic. And this guy is right down that alley. He's very toned up. He has a good leg. He's well balanced. He can do kickoff and field goals, along with extra points. He seems to be able to, fit the mold. He can do it all, right? Bones is crazy. Like I said, he met with this guy 3 times this week before they finally signed him. Now, I know some people can say that's a bad thing, but personally, I say it's a good thing. Because, yeah, the Cowboys went in with an open mind, right? They seen his first performance and said, okay, hey, I want to see more. They seen that. His second performance and said, okay, looking better, looking good still yet. And then the third performance, they were like, all right, let's sign this guy. So they didn't jump the gun, which is something they've been known to do in the past, especially with the kicker position, like Brett Maher. Daggone it, there's another kicker a couple years ago, like in between Maher, Greg the Leg Zerline, yeah. They jumped the gun on him in free agency, and I mean, yeah, he had a good year, but the second year was dog water, right? So anyway, they met the third time, and third time's a charm. There you go. The Cowboys brought him in. He is on the roster, and he's ready to go. Therefore, he is going to be the rookie kicker that we drafted this year. He's going to be his competition. And also a for a closing note on this subject, his pro comparison is Dan Bailey, what I've been told. And we all Cowboy fans know how Dan Bailey was for the Dallas Cowboys. If he's anything like Dan Bailey, we got us a diamond in the rough, guys. We really do. Okay. Does Dak Prescott really have a chance to be the 2003 MVP of the league? And no, I did not script all them words together. Seems to be the hot topic on social media right now, and going around YouTube, video media, whatever. It's the hot topic, right? Especially after last season, when all he did was lead the league in interceptions. Okay. So first of all, speaking of that, leading the league in interceptions. So we're not allowed to have an anomaly in our career. You know, a one-thing time, a one-time wonder, that type of deal. And I believe that way. Yeah, you know, he didn't have the best of years last year. He really didn't. Okay, so what? We're human, guys, and best believe by far, man. I'm on record as not the biggest Dak Prescott supporter. I'm not. I've just not seen enough from the guy. I don't know if he can actually, take a team to the promised land. I know he might be a good leader off the field. Okay, he tells you what to do. He's a good advice giver. He has knowledge of the game. He has, life experiences. What's all that doing for on the field, though? What is all that doing on the field? A lot of people might like him for him telling them girlfriend advice. And that's cool, but that don't mean he's the right and the perfect fit for the Dallas Cowboys at quarterback. How many quarterbacks have we passed up since 2016 that we feel like, man, if we had him on our team, how good would the Dallas Cowboys actually be? Instead of us having Dak Prescott, which has limitations. Let's not all deny that, okay? He does have limitations. And his limitations are the fact that he is not a super accurate quarterback. He's not really very, very mobile, Yeah, he can run a little bit, but he's not Lamar Jackson out there, okay? Hell, I don't even think he's Russell Wilson out there. But he can run if he has to. He's more of a in-pocket mobile type of quarterback than he is out-of-the-pocket mobile. And those are a couple of limitations. And, sometimes I don't think he's there mentally. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I'm not saying, I know he knows the game, but it's like in certain scenarios, I don't know if it might have been Kellen Moore in his ear, for all I know. But in certain scenarios, he just didn't know what to do. Like on 3rd and 6, there's been times where I've seen the dude throw a check down pass for 2 yards to the running back. That's telling me, either you were confused, you didn't know what to do, the play wasn't there, or, and there you go. I know there might be a couple more outcomes there, but those are the ones on top of the head. So with that being said, though, that's not the question. The question at hand is, can Dak Prescott win 2023 league MVP? Can he? Yeah, He can. Now, will he? That's a question that is hard to answer. Because there have been years where he was on an MVP league pace. Okay. He did great things throughout the year. But it seems like without fail, towards the end of the year, the man falls off a cliff. Okay, so the only way I can answer this question is don't bet your paycheck on it. Now, it's nice if he does. It's great if he will, okay? And he might put up 4,000 yards, 33 touchdowns with 12 interceptions. That's not going to win you MVP. Hell, that might not even win you a playoff game. So with that being said, there is my response to that question, okay? I would not bet your paycheck on it. But he can possibly do it, especially with we seem to be saying this every year, okay? Last year was, I'll give you last year. We was a little iffy coming in, especially with the wide receiver group and the offensive line. But this year, we know what we got, pretty much. Running back is the only question, and we got a good running back, but we don't have a good group of running backs. So take that as you will. Now, we got a list that has the best players under the age of 25 on it. And the Dallas Cowboys have quite a few on that list. And you want to know who they are, right? So it's the top 25 players under the age of 25. Multiple Cowboys are on a best of list in the NFL. And, you know, it's actually a quite prestigious list, as we got multiple Dallas Cowboys on this list that involving the best 25 players under the age of 25. And I want to bring this up because I really actually want to get involved with you guys on this conversation. I see what y'all think about it. I think it's accurate, okay? Could be a little bit different positioning, but for the most part, we got these players on there, and they deserve to be on there. At number one on the whole damn list, okay? Micah Parsons, the young lion, the hungry lion. He's the man, guys. He is the man right now for the future, for the right now of this team. He's perfect. Micah Parsons is actually number one on this list. This list was made by Pro Football Focus. They are credible, so I give them credit. They know what they're talking about to an extent, okay? Now, we go down the list a little bit, and we get to number 8, I think it is. And we got number 88, C.D. Lamb. So we got 2 Dallas Cowboys in the top 10 of the best players under the age of 25 in the NFL in the top 25. Yeah. Hell, they're in the top 10, right? Now, is CeeDee Lamb a top 10 player? In this category, I would say yes, for sure. Okay, no doubt about it. And I agree with it. Number 8 might be a smidge low, but they did him right for the most part. He deserves to be in the top 10. And I think he's only got great things still yet to come. Listen, we've seen how this guy did when he was in college, when he had 3 or 4 years under his belt. He was the experienced guy. He was a 50-yard bomb touchdown waiting to happen. Now, and that was with Baker Mayfield at quarterback. and the Eagles quarterback, Jalen Hurts. So, with that being said, I'm excited about CeeDee Lamb this year, guys. All right, so now we go down the list a little bit more, and we get all the way to number 25. And then we find our number 1 cornerback, Trevon Diggs, is at number 25. They got it wrong right there, if you ask me. Trevon Diggs he just led the NFL in interceptions 2 years ago. Okay? He was on a defense that led the NFL in turnovers for 2 years in a row. You don't think he played a role in that? Quarterbacks wouldn't even throw his way last year. Every time Dallas was matched up with a team, the quarterback refused to throw the ball his way. And all he can get is the 25th best player of players under the age of 25. There's where the robbery begins. Trevon Diggs is a top 15 player. Top 20 minimum. Okay? He is at least 5 spots ranked below where he should be. I can't tell you why, how, but the where is wrong, okay? This needs to be fixed. Trevon Diggs is better than 25th, okay? PFF, I hope you can learn to understand that. This man is absurd in coverage. He, from the first year, from his rookie year until now, which is going on his 4th year. Last year was his 3rd year, okay? The man has become our next Deion Sanders. He is shut down, don't throw my way, and if you do, I'll make you pay type of cornerback. All right? And all I can get is number 25? Yeah, you're joking. Speaking of bad news, we did get a little bit of a controversy that happened this week on dreaded sports talk TV. I know that they got to find something, right? But this week, Fox Sports 1 is at it again with another controversy topic about the Dallas Cowboys. And it involves their quarterback. Right? Who else? So, personality and journalist Joy Taylor, which I'm pretty sure she's a sister of a former NFL player. I forget his name, man. I really do. I'll tell you what, instead of pondering on it, let me know in the comments, okay? Anyway, Joy Taylor finds herself on a Dallas Cowboys Dak Prescott subject. And, okay, she says Dak Prescott is not talented enough to win a NFC Championship game or a Super Bowl. Now, being not talented enough and not doing it is, kind of two different things, right? This is the Trent Dilfer syndrome right here. You know, if you ask me, you don't have to be out of this world, skilled, talented, whatever, to be able to make an NFC Championship game and win it. You really don't, okay? It's a conference title game, and all you have to do is have a good year, have a good defense, have some players make some plays for you. Maybe you get lucky here and there you go. You know, it's not rocket science. And she just straight up blasts Dak, man. And it kind of bothered me to an extent because I've seen plenty of conference quarterbacks get to a conference title game. Okay. Recent memory would tell you as well. Okay. And we got, so let's see here. Case Keenum, okay, with the Vikings less than 10 years ago. Yeah, let's just do the last decade, all right? Blake effing Bortles, guys, made a conference championship game. Okay. And the list will go on and on and on, man. We got, now this is going back a little bit further. Okay. I just meant Brock Purdy. I don't think we consider him to be out of this world talent, do we? Okay. Now, and going back a few years, like I said, this is Trent Dilfer, Joe Flacco, these, and then Mark Sanchez. Hell, going back even a little bit further, Sean King, Tampa Bay's quarterback, the year they went to the title game. So you don't have to be uber talented just to make a conference title game. Now, I'm not saying Dak. Okay, now let's say Dak Prescott. Let's talk about Dak, right? He is a talented quarterback. Just because he isn't mobile, okay, and not the most accurate passer in the whole world doesn't mean he's not talented. The dude has a strong arm. He can be accurate. He can stand in the pocket and deliver a pass while taking a hit. He can move when he has to. He is smart. He does know how to use a cadence. So, he's got plenty of skills there. And I'm sure this is his 8th year, but the more he experiences and ages, he's only probably going to get better with it. You know what I mean? Hell, Peyton Manning was into his 30s before he even won a title. And we all acknowledge how great Peyton Manning was, right? There's been quite a few QBs who have went 10 years before they even cracked their first Super Bowl and had a losing record in the postseason before they got to the Super Bowl, right? Like I said, Peyton's one of them. I think, ain't Drew Brees one of them? So, Joey, Dak Prescott might not be elite, but he's top half of the league good. Okay? He's at least that. Now, I'm not saying he can be the direct reason a team like goes to the NFC Championship game like Aaron Rodgers did with the Packers a few years. But sometimes you don't have to be, right? You just go along for the ride. There you go. That is my answer to Joey Taylor's criticism. All right. So now here we are. Before we close for the night, I do want to mention this. And like I said, in the league, this is a little bit out in left field, but it is worth mentioning about our worldwide leader in sports, ESPN. Might be having some issues boiling behind the scenes, okay? Which kind of don't make no sense to me, but because it don't make no sense because based on last year's income for ESPN's parent company, Disney, right, which distributes the money, they had $24 billion in revenue. You tell me you can't pay a cast of 100 employees for live TV with $24 billion? All right. With that being said, I don't want to get into the politics of it, but they had a firing/layoff session that really has changed the landscape of ESPN as we know it now. The ESPN of the 1990s and the early 2000s and is gone. The personalities are gone with it. And that's really what breaks my heart right now. Because I have grown to actually have a relationship with the anchorman on my TV. I know how he's going to deliver the sports to me. And not only just the anchorman, but the daytime talk show guys that actually have a brain in their head. A lot of them are gone too. You know, the analysts. And okay, so I'm just going to go down the list and I'm going to tell you who they are, you know. We got Jalen Rose, Keyshawn Johnson, Max Kellerman, Susie Colbert, who is one of the hardest working, most dedicated anchor persons in the business, not just on ESPN. You know she's delivering you facts. So, and then we got Chris Chelios, Matt Hasselbeck, Steve Young, Rob Ninkovich, Neil Everett, my bartender. Give me some Jack. It's gone for the MLB highlights, man. He's gone. ESPN, what are you doing? Neil Everett. He has been a face of ESPN for as long as I can remember. That's been 20 years. Over 2 decades, man. Him and Stan. Okay? They're made for each other, man. Like the chemistry they have with each other is just unparalleled. It's unbelievable. It's unreal. It's perfect. And you ruined it. Over 24 billion not being enough? Nah, man. Nah. Neil Everett draw the line, ESPN. Hey, and if y'all ain't familiar with Neil Everett, YouTube, please, if you enjoy watching highlights, watch this man deliver them to you, okay? He's Stuart Scott, man. He's Stuart Scott. He's the white Stuart Scott. There you go. Now going on down the list, no, really. Ashley Brewer, June Lee, LaFonso Ellis, Todd McShay? You mean the guy that stands up to Mel Kiper year in, year out for a draft analysis? The guy we want to shut Mel Kiper up is now gone. Todd McShay. I mean, he's been there almost damn near long as Neil Everett has. And then you got Jordan Cornette, Jason Fitz, David Pollock. David Pollock has actually grown on me recently. He was a analyst for College Game Day. I was trying to think. I was going to say commentator, but no, he's a color analyst for College Game Day. And he was actually really good at his job, man. You know, he's one of the guys that gave me a legit chance to think I could go out there and be a commentator and analyst for football, because he went from playing football, an ordinary guy without the best NFL career in the world, and he's excelled at analyst. This is kind of heartbreaking, guys. It's devastating. I don't really like it. I don't know if I can watch Sports Center in the same way. Even some of the daytime talk shows, or even get analysts from some of these real players in real games, man. You know, at halftime, like telling me what's going to happen, how they going to do it. I don't know who they got for an idea to bring in to replace, or if they're going to do anything to replace them. I don't know why he let him go to start with. I mean, these guys are major personalities, bro, in our life, in my life, especially the 1990s kids and the, that was in high school during the early 2000s up to 2007, 2010. Guys, what are we going to watch? What are we going to do? And for the newer, younger generation, just YouTube some of these names that I've mentioned, especially Neil Everett, Todd McShay, Susie Colbert. Every time you watch Monday Night Football, you got Steve Young. You had it was the finals, okay, the playoffs. You had Jalen Rose, and like I said, College Game Day was established with David Pollard. I mean, these were household names that you tuned in to see. All right, guys, so that's going to cut it off for the day, for the show. Let me know in the comments what you think about our subjects we talked about. Cowboys get the kicker. Can Dak really be a league MVP? The Cowboys with 3 players on the top 25 list of players under 25. Joey Taylor with their bullshit on Dak. And then ESPN with these firings, man. What is going through your head right now? Like, I don't know if the sports world is going to be the same. Personally. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to Silver's Space on the 606 Fix, guys. Appreciate this very much. Remember to like the video. It helps us beat the damn algorithm. Okay? Please. And if you happen to like the subjects and the ideas and the information that this program is providing you on this show, subscribe. Type in Silver Cowboy on YouTube, baby. Okay? And with that being said, as always, until next time, baby. Cowboy crew. Cowboy through and out.